Well, hello, you wonderful humans. Welcome back. We've got another Hogwarts Legacy gameplay reveal today, which super excited about because it's honestly probably the game I'm most hyped about for next year, even though next year we have a full-blown year of amazing games. Hogwarts Legacy remains my most hyped for game in 2023. Maybe God, there's so many good games coming out next year, but it is by far the one I'm most excited for. And today we're gonna get a bunch of new gameplay. Well, I don't know how much a bunch really is, but last time we got like an hour and a half or something. It was crazy. But we're gonna be able to have broom flight, traversal, advanced combat, and the introduction to the Room of Requirements in today's live stream. So, really looking forward to checking this out with all of you. I figured we'd start a little bit early, go over some of the things that we've already seen showcased like we did last time. I'm dying for Final Fantasy 16. Ooh, it's gonna be a good one. Yeah, I mean, oh my god. Can we just list all of the games? Like, we're gonna start off the year with Hogwarts Legacy, right? We've got Hogwarts Legacy coming out in February, the beginning of February. So really not that much longer to go. So beginning of February. Then we've got Jedi Survivor coming out in March. We've got Breath of the Wild 2 coming out in May. In between all of those, we've still got Diablo 4. We've got Final Fantasy 16. We've got Assassin's Creed Mirage. We've got, my god, I can't even list. Did you check out the Witcher 3 update? I haven't checked it out yet. We will be live streaming it this afternoon. Man, I can't even... There's even more games coming out that I can't even think of, but we're starting off with a banger in 2023 for sure. All the games, yeah, literally all the games. All the games that we've been, Spider-Man 2 next year. Breath of the Wild 2 is the one you're looking forward to the most. Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. What do you call a constipated detective? No Sherlock. Oh my god. Tiff and I, thank you for the super chat, you wonderful bean. How are you? Went to a star party last night. So many people came. Super clear night. That is awesome. We've had nothing but clouds for a bit now. I was looking outside. Also excited for Forspoken. Yeah, then there's Blue Protocol, or what is it called? Or there's something coming out. Oh, god, there's so many. Work system is down. Well, hello, Lavinia. How are you? High on Life just came out. It's great, but that might be... Yes, Blue Protocol. God, what else? I know there's a myriad of other games. I was literally just watching the Jedi Survivor showcase. Maybe we'll watch that at the end of the stream. This one's supposed to be mainly just Hogwarts, obviously. Hogwarts Legacy's Story of Seasons remake, forgot about that. There's a bunch of new farm sims. Valheim got an update, not today, they got an update like last week, the Mistlands update, unless there was another one today. Playing Fallen Order right now. Can't wait for Survivor. God, Survivor's gonna be so good. It looks so good. Your boyfriend recommended High on Life. Might be worth checking out. But yeah, I've been debating playing Valheim again as well. So we got a little bit of time before the... before the gameplay reveal. But they did come out with a new... like ASMR thing, which for some reason this one keeps like struggling to load for me, but it gives us a lot of like little background scenery and things that we haven't seen before, so I figured maybe we'd hang out and talk and watch this if it can freaking load. Everything on YouTube works perfectly fine for me except this particular video. Don't know why. Don't know why. Your Valheim vids are where I found you. Yeah, we got to get back to that. I've been jonesing playing. The Witcher 3 update looks amazing. Yeah, we're going to play that today at 4. Toddler heard the video, came up immediately. Aw, Courtney, I hope you and the fam are doing well. Let me touch Valheim with you again. We never got to the end. We did never get to the end. We need to. We need to. We got... just so many things. So many things. They've been hiding nuggets in these ASMR streams. Exactly. That's why I wanted to watch this one while we're waiting for the other thing to pop up. Because there's definitely little nuggets of stuff in here. Like, we definitely have a fast travel point right there next to this house. So this is probably going to end up being an important place for us to go. Or it gets us access to the woods, perhaps, is what it is. Arc 2 this year too? I know, maybe. Maybe. Let's say 2024 for Arc 2, because they have said nothing about it so far. Jesse, how are you doing today? You thought it wasn't coming out until February? It's not coming out until February. Today is a gameplay reveal. Looks like a smaller version of the Weasley's house. It kind of does. Way too close to Hogwarts, though. I still miss Anbu. Been building Harry Potter Lego kits. I was looking at the Lego like Harry Potter kits at Target last night. They look so good, which is surprising because you'd think they would have come out like forever ago, but they're just coming out now. And I wonder if it's because of the game. It's got to be because of the game, right? But they look so good. Speaking of which, I still have that Lego, not Death Star, but the Lego Millennium Falcon that we need to build. Look how pretty this freaking game is going to be. Are these in-game scenery views? Yes. So these are in-game, in-render. These aren't like pre-rendered things. This is like in-engine captures. So everything that we're seeing right now is going to be the same way it's going to look when we play the game. As far as I know. I haven't heard anything to the contrary so far. I got the Harry Potter Magic Caster one, love it, but I wish it was more functional to turn on and off connected devices with the spell. They'll probably add updates to that. I saw that thing. I was thinking of getting one for Caden for Christmas. Man, I kind of want to just do like an impromptu trip to Florida to go to Universal or something like that. That's expensive. They've had them forever, been Legoing for years, and they had them since Prisoner of Azkaban. Really? I just never saw them, I guess. They must be restocking them because of all the new things. Here's some footsteps in the background. What is that? Oh, was it a freaking spider? Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Do the impromptu trip in September. Oh yeah, that's the spoopy whoopy place. We're not going to enjoy going in there, I can tell you that right now. Freaking mushrooms? Mushrooms were making all that noise. Look at all the freaking... This game is going to be so freaking good. It's the big spider? No, it's a bunch of mushrooms doing mushroom things. God dang, look how pretty that is. I'm sorry, I really love like beautiful scenery. It's one of the reasons I'm really excited to play the Witcher remaster today, or next gen update, I suppose is what we should call it. Because I'm really one of my favorite games, and we get to see it in even prettier lights than before. If you see mushrooms doing that, you might want to stop eating mushrooms. Yeah, don't eat the forest mushrooms, ladies and gentlemen. It's a dangerous, dangerous game. You never know what's gonna... You could die, you could trip. People have been complaining about the spider web, saying it's retcons Harry Potter lore, because the big spiders weren't there until Hagrid brought Aragog in. But is that to say there weren't spiders at all? I mean, there's gotta be something going on. I mean, who knows? Hundreds of years before. Can't say that there wasn't something hundreds of years ago. Not the big ones. This game is based on before Harry Potter times, right? Yeah. It's like, was it 180 years? I keep saying that number, but I don't know if it's actually true. 180 years, yeah. That's what I thought. Maybe they left and came once Hagrid got Aragog. I mean, 180 years is a long time. It's a long time. Like 180 years ago, we didn't even have electricity. Oh, look at the There's a little like hoe doing hoeing things in the background. It's 1800s, not 180 years. So it's 1800s, which is still pretty dang close to 180 years. We don't know when in the 1800s though. But it's in the long, long ago. We didn't even have sliced bread. Exactly. Exactly. I think we've seen some of this before in this one. Just hoes being hoes in the background. Just hoeing it up. YouTube's gonna demonetize this. 180 years ago is in the 1800s though? Exactly. 120 years? It's a number of years back in the 1800s. These views are particularly pretty though. The newspaper in the trailer says 1890. Yeah, 120-ish years. In the long, long ago. Back in the olden times. No sliced bread, so you put meat between loaves. You could still slice bread, but it didn't come pre-sliced, okay? Alright. I gotta see why it's so quiet. Why are you so quiet? I mean, I know it's meant to be quiet, but I want to make sure y'all can hear the stuff when the stream starts. Too loud. Imagine an Oregon Trail-esque experience in Harry Potter times. Oh my god. It'd be ridiculous. I just heard a cat knock a ornament off the Christmas tree. Oh, Lord have mercy. Doesn't mean they weren't at Hogwarts, period. Hard to believe there were no spiders, period. Yeah. Will some of the ghosts from the books be alive in this game, do you think? I don't know if they'll necessarily be alive, but we do know that there will be the same ghosts, some of the same ghosts, still ghosting about within Hogwarts. That's not to say we might not find one or two that are alive. We will certainly find out when we play, that is for sure. 1890s is when the Vanderlyn gang were causing havoc in America. This was happening in England. Oh, that's kind of fun to think about. It showed the Gryffindor ghost as a ghost, yep. Ghosts are kind of the opposite of live. That's the thing. My cats are taking the paper cardboard ornaments off my tree. Yeah, I can literally hear them climbing the tree and just knocking the ornaments off. They're little Christmas terrorists. It's the worst. The absolute worst. But look how pretty this is. I cannot wait to play. I am just jonesing. I feel like a crackhead, just like, give me more. But I've avoided making like tons of like review content of the trailers because I mean y'all have eyeballs and can literally watch the trailers, so I don't make that type of content. Maybe one of these days I'll get into just like nitpicking trailers and things like that, but I'm more about actually like covering content for the game when the game is released. So no Moaning Myrtle. Yeah, I don't think Moaning Myrtle will be a thing. Yeah, because Moaning Myrtle died after the time frame of this game, I doth believe. So, yeah, I don't think Moaning Myrtle will be a thing in this. The bottom of my tree is bare thanks to my pupper. Oh no. So Moaning Myrtle would have died like, I don't know, somewhere between like 80 years after this, maybe? Tom Riddle killed, yeah. Did I do that math right? 80 years? 80 years after this? Yeah, because 80 plus 50, yeah, something like that. I have one of those expensive balsam trees, but haven't put it up in 2 years because I rescued a pair of tuxedo Christmas terrorists. Actually, Nina, I did just get one of those balsam trees, which are really nice, and I can report that the Christmas terrorists do in fact terrorize the tree. Every time I go near that tree, there is a cat in the tree staring me in the eyes, looks me square in the eyes, and then bats an ornament off the tree. They are the worst. The worst of the worst. Look at the building, so pretty. Look at the bridge, being a bridge. Let's see. We've got 15 minutes. How much more of this? Okay, we're getting... Oh, we're going to be doing pretty good. I just kind of wanted to keep looking through this to see if there's... I mean, there's plenty of little bits of new scenery that we haven't seen before. Love the atmospheric effects with the leaves falling off the tree in the wind. I just discovered the sparkle lights in the tree. Had this whole head in our Christmas tree and just watching all the color lights sparkle. Put in the week for release as a holiday and it's been approved. Nice. I'm going to be grinding this game harder than I've grinded any other game ever. I might have to like brush up on all of my Harry Potter lore too. Because like, I feel like there's going to be so many little Easter eggs and... Oh man, it's going to be so much. Have you seen Ben's video? He's the community guest host today. I have not. I don't know who is Ben. And I'm not saying this to be rude. I don't get time to consume a lot of YouTube content. I know that Expect to Go was the last guest, I believe, right? That's the wrong. I probably said the channel wrong, but I'm terrible. I'm literally the worst. I'm so sorry. Community Discord watch party for the Harry Potter movies. Ooh. We may have to do that. We may have to do that. Oh, I clicked the wrong thing. I'm supposed to go back here. It's hard to know too much lore, then you pick everything apart. That's true. That is true. Please tag, we will be relatively good. I feel like if I started watching the Harry Potter movies in Discord, there would be some people that would be very upset, though. Because I'm already getting messages about me playing the Hogwarts game. So, we'll have to see. We'll have to do a poll. Because there's other things that we need to do, too. The internet, you know what, I'm not even going to say it. Things have been good this week. I need my Discord fixed first. Can't access member content. Interesting. Don't say it. You will jinx it. Exactly. Exactly. Ooh, that's pretty. God, look how just the details, man. God. You can just see all of the love that went into this game. Like all of the detail. Just... And especially the fact that I feel like the game has been ready to release, but they didn't want to release it for some reason during the holidays. Or they're just really going ham. And you know what? I don't even care. I just cannot wait. Which season are you most excited about? I do love like fall and winter, like that transition between fall and winter in games. Like I feel like the snow times in games gets really boring pretty fast, but when you have that kind of cycle, like it's really refreshing to see like all of these beautiful places start getting covered in snow and then coming out of it. So I think that's going to be my favorite seasons to expect. Fall is the best season. It's my favorite, especially because it just reminds me so much of like childhood, like growing up in like upstate New York with all the crazy like leaf changes and things. Like it's just so pretty. Oh, my back. Okay. We've got 8 minutes until the reveal. Do you think they will have Back to Hogwarts type day in game for September 1st? I have no idea. Do we know if the seasons are locked in chapters or the time will flow with the open world? If I were to guess, the seasons will probably be locked. So it depends on how the gameplay flows. Like, if our progress is attached to, like, actually going through school and progressing through these different courses that we can learn and things like that, then there's a solid chance that the seasons will probably be locked to where we are within the story, mainly due to, like, flow of gameplay and things like that, if we're trying to actually progress through being educated through the school. So I'd say if there's locked to like 4 chapters, maybe we get 4 different seasons or whatever. I've really no idea. We do know that there is an in-game, like, time. I have a feeling it's gonna be locked to chapters if I were to guess. Could be wrong. Because if like the whole gameplay, like if the whole game is supposed to be locked to like 1 year of you being your first year in Hogwarts, it would be weird if you went through winter like 5 times. Not that I would be personally opposed, but some people will be like, this doesn't make any sense. Do we know how fast time passes in game? No. No, we don't. I don't think we do. Is there a way of getting this game without giving... Oh my god. I can't answer any of these questions. Are you going to go the dark route? Ooh. You know what? Let's do a poll. Yeah, let's start a poll. Should we do a dark playthrough first? Question mark. Absolutely yes. Nope. Or let your heart guide you. There we go. Lady Star, thank you for the sassy lemon. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, that's fun. Hopefully the internet didn't die. What is happening? Did the internet die for a moment? Baby, come back. Tank, you're too good to be dark. We tried this too many times with games. I've been dark before. You can still see me, so it's YouTube that's struggling. All right, well, we got 5 minutes before the gameplay reveal anyways, so let's just chill here and wait for that. If we click this button and this button, then we are good to go. I joined and the internet dies. It's all your fault. How dare you? It's all your fault. I really wish... Oh, man, this just... What is even happening? I think YouTube is having a stroke. Because even the stuff on the back end here is broken. Broken. But I think we're still streaming, so... Let your heart guide you at 48%. Dang! All right. Y'all are goody two-shoes now. Look at you. Absolutely yes at 42%, though. I mean, this is pretty close. My mic is cracking a bit, too. All right, give me 1 second. I can't believe you all let me stream for like 24 minutes with my mic crackling. Rude. All good. Nice. Can't wait to get my Switch to play it. So the Switch version isn't going to come out until July. We found that out the other day. So that's a thing to keep an eye out for. Or is it June? June? I said July, but I think it's June. It was posted on Twitter yesterday. Let me pull up Twitter. Hogwarts Legacy. It was so Hogwarts Legacy will relaunch on April 4th. Wait, I thought it was. Did they decide to make it earlier all of a sudden? What is going on? Oh, on April 4th for old gen. So on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and July 25th for the Nintendo Switch. Yeah, so it was July, not June. And that's because you want to make a game pretty. And to make a game pretty, if you're prioritizing all of these garbungo platforms, then, yeah. So Hogwarts Legacy will launch on PlayStation 5, Xbox X and S, and PC on February 10th, with the 72-hour early access beginning February 7th. So the main game on PlayStation 5, Xbox, the new versions of Xbox, and PC will all release on time on February 10th. Anything old generation or Nintendo Switch will release later. So we've got July 25th for the Switch and April 4th for past-gen consoles. Very interesting strategy, but I understand it because developing for all that stuff is nigh on impossible. Sweet Peach, how are you doing? It's going to run like Dreamlight Valley on the Switch, isn't it? Yeah, the Switch is not meant for this kind of stuff. It's going to look like a potato. But it'll be a good potato. What about the PC version release? I literally just told you. February 10th. Or 7th if you got the deluxe edition or the 72-hour early access. Another 5 minutes? You dirty little teases. Oh, man. Why does their stuff buffer so much? What is this? 11,000 people watching the premiere. That's pretty sweet. Is it buffering for all of you on your side too? But looks like any other console and dock to a TV, so imagine maybe the same for Hogwarts. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely buffering. Okay. All right, so it's not just me. I know that there's a problem with YouTube because I can see it on my side right now, so hopefully within this 5 minutes it'll be resolved. I would also like to close this chat. Hide chat, there we go. Maybe that'll help with the buffering. It went down on Twitch too. Well, we'll figure it out. Does anybody have the Twitch link for this? Maybe we can try and watch it on... Oh, there it is. I'm going to try and see if it's working better on Twitch, but it's definitely not. Interesting. Everything is struggling. Huh. YouTube has been buffering for you the past couple days. Yeah, it's been rough. Maybe they use Spectrum. Oops. Maybe if I go back here. Oh, there's definitely something wrong with YouTube. All right. We'll give it a shot, though. I don't want to watch it at 360p. Get out of here, YouTube. What do you think you're doing? Reforge stream is running smooth. Weird. All right. Let's see here. Do I have Chrome installed? Maybe we'll watch it on Google Chrome. Oh yeah, that's better. Ooh, wow. Y'all got us at a freaking almost neck and neck for dark playthrough or let your heart guide you. Dang. Alright, we all fixed it. Aside from the screen needing to be resized a little bit. Bit more. Sorry, I switched to a different web browser, so now everything's a little jacked up. We got plenty of time to fix it. We good. Can't tell if that's right. Struggling. The struggle is for realsies. Listen to that music getting crazy. God dang, why is it so loud? There we go. Sorry. Got a whole minute. Got plenty of time. This is all stuff we've seen before. This is like their little, like, preview stuff for these videos. We're on 1080p. Guizan, thank you for the 24 months.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Hogwarts Legacy Gameplay Showcase. I'm Chandler Wood, Community Manager here at Avalanche Software, and I'm honored to introduce you to our panel today. First up, we have community guest host, Ben Snow.
Oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. Thank you so much for having me.
And from the Avalanche team, we have game director, Alan Tu.
Hello, everybody.
And systems designer, Mackenzie Toner.
Hi.
And finally, just off screen capturing gameplay for us, Andrew Coram.
Oh my God.
Today, we'll be giving you a taste of the open world via broom flight, a deeper look at combat using the Dark Arts Battle Arena, and a look at your personalizable home within Hogwarts, the Room of Requirement, where we may even see some beasts. And we're starting right where we left off in our last gameplay showcase, just outside Hogwarts, which I love that you can walk out of the castle after walking through everything and then just come out here and take off on your broom out into the open world. And Alan, I know that's something that you particularly like about Hogwarts Legacy too.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of just being able to hop on the broom and go anywhere. There's something about kind of like the sensation of everything being open to you, and just I love the proximity that I can get to things.
That is so freaking cool.
And I kind of wanted to talk about it just because I feel like the brooms are fun for me, not just because of all those feelings of exhilaration, but because they're not just I have a broom and it's done. I actually kind of like some of the mechanics in it. So you can you see in the lower right, there's a meter there, and occasionally as Andrew's kind of flying up or flying down, you might notice it
You have like a broom
and
stamina.
this isn't the present day where all the broom technology is well known and advanced and everything that we know and love. This is an earlier time where they're still trying to figure out, you know, we're not at the 3,000 yet, we're at the we're at the 11. So.
Oh my goodness, I'm just so speechless right now because this is just so beautiful. The world just looks so. By the way, the broom is that like
It's such a massive open world. This is so freaking exciting.
So we have,
I'm gonna nerd out
Stop
so
and
much.
Dog Meat, actually, a broom shop. And so that sells a variety of different brooms. And it was important to us that the player could customize themselves based on their own aesthetic. So they're purely cosmetic, but if you talk to the shopkeep and help him out, he'll actually sell upgrades.
Yeah, and those upgrades will make it so that where normally the broom, you can only fly, you can only go at max speed. It's kind of like a turbo meter down there. You can only go at max speed without the meter going down, kind of closer to the ground. And as you raise into the air, you'll notice the meter drop. And so those upgrades will allow you to increase that distance from the ground. And the broom owner at the sporting goods store in Hogsmeade is trying to perfect the broom and get better at it and know it better. And you can participate that and get better and better brooms through that.
And
It's weird.
I love that
It's weird that the height
encourages you
causes
to
you
actually
problems.
explore the world and kind of stay close to the ground. It's not just a travel mechanic, point A to point B. You're not just flying high over everything, although it is beautiful, something I really love doing, but as well, there's lots to explore on the ground, and so kind of keeping you down at the ground level.
And to me, it feels like it's
Can
got
you
this
crash?
kind of
That's what I want to
surfing
know.
vibe of,
Can you
like, I'm just
crash?
like, I want to snatch the controller from Andrew right now because I want to go to the mountaintop, I'm going to that forest, and to that hamlet, or...
I'm going to explore every single little spot in this game. You have no idea. Open world games are like my lifeblood.
And I feel like that you call it a hamlet.
There's another little...
is just perfect just because that's what we refer to.
I can tell you the one thing that I don't like already is that every point of interest is marked on your minimap.
Village within Britain. But we wanted
Which
other opportunities
kind
to
of
meet
ruins
other characters out here
the
and kind
need
of
for
populate the
exploration.
landscape, so it's not just kind of, you know, barren as you leave out this direction and that direction. And so we just imagine these different dwellings, these different smaller locations that wizards might live in out in the Scottish Highlands. And so it's those, and so we refer to those as hamlets, and they're opportunities to learn those wizard stories, how those different locations have kind of like learned to live, what their relationships are with characters at Hogsmeade and Hogwarts. And so they're both quest opportunities out here and a chance to kind of get to know more of the area, even beyond Hogwarts and Hogsmeade that we've already experienced. And you'll also notice on the mini-map, like lots of little
There's
icons,
a little purple
and
thing
each
up
one
there.
of those represent gameplay in the hamlets that you
must
can
be a
participate
collectible?
in. You know, whether it's a vendor or different puzzles and challenges or different secrets that exist. Each one of those icons are different opportunities for gameplay. And you'll notice that same thing as we venture out into the open world as well.
There's something
So
purple behind
when you
this
go out
shop.
into the open world and
It
you
might have just been the
see those
sign.
icons, whether they're on the mini-map or on your map or off in the distance. Those things are opportunities to say, like, I want to increase my inventory capacity. They're puzzles left behind by old wizards, you know, that you can
See,
solve.
so
that
everything is
actually
marked on the
grant
map,
you those.
essentially.
If you see ruins off in the distance and you visit them, you might find opportunities to actually expand and learn about your ancient magic. And as you kind of encounter different enemies,
I understand
on the
why they do
landscape,
that, but I don't
sometimes
like it.
Those characters, poachers or dark wizards, might be hoarding different magical resources that are valuable to you as you're playing the game. So each one has kind of like a way to connect to our gameplay loops and provide different opportunities that just kind of reward you for poking around.
I mean, I right away want to just cover all of those points on the map just by going over there.
Well, we've flown on a broom already, but there is something that we haven't done so far, and that is getting on our flying mount. We're going to hop on our Onyx Hippogriff here. The Onyx Hippogriff is our pre-order bonus.
Oh my god, it just like pops
It just
out of the-
whips out of a freaking bag?
You can use it as a
God
horsey.
dang.
I mean, a horse. I mean, that is a horse.
Yeah, as a hippogriff, you can totally ride it like a
Just
ground mount,
freaking
and you can
whips it
lift
out.
off into the air. And we tried to make sure that each of those interactions, so the broom's really good at reaching that top speed, at kind of traveling the world.
And
as
there's no
quickly as
stamina
possible.
on this one.
But
Interesting.
Sometimes it's really nice to get on the hippogriff because of that ground speed or those transitions. And sometimes it just feels amazing just to be riding around on a hippogriff.
Look at it.
Jesus, crash into a tree.
really
Come
is
on,
kinda like,
do it.
I don't know, it's a great feeling being on it, and it's a great feeling managing those transitions, kind of going from run to fly and just being able to go wherever you want. And we tried to make sure
it's so freaking cool.
that each one of these things that you can interact with have a unique identity and a reason for being.
And, oh my God, like I see like different like areas, like a swamp.
Yeah, see, there's just the icons for everything in the game are there.
Like entire map, anywhere you go, there are regions that are like locked from you.
Yeah, as soon as you, there's kind of a moment where the world kind of opens up to you outside of Hogwarts as a student, and right from that moment, early on in the game, you can go wherever you want. And so you might find more difficult challenges in different areas, and you'll see different spots as Andrew's moving around, like you mentioned, the swamp.
So cool though.
But we
So
have got
freaking
like
cool.
a coast, and we've got different types of environments out in the world just to kind of pepper your experience, reward you for exploring, keep things fresh.
Terry, thank you for the sassy
all those
lemon.
things exist as we're moving around.
So cool. And I love that windmill. It's like so rustic. Like I keep forgetting that this is like 1800s. The Wizarding World we've never really seen before. Like it feels so authentic. Like it just, it's part of it.
Yeah, I love this vista too, and I'm gonna have Andrew stop here. We're gonna use a bit of dev magic to change the seasons. Actually, I want you to see what this world looks like, covered in snow.
Yes.
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 This is exactly what I wanted to see.
That's all I want.
Good old dev magic. Ooh.
It's so beautiful. Oh my goodness.
It looks so good.
It's so pretty. Like, it looks so realistic. Oh my God.
I wonder if anything will change on the things that you can do
completely.
depending on how the season changes
Oh my God.
too.
Does it have like actual like gameplay impact, like impact on the gameplay, or does it like it's just the weather?
Not the same thing.
Yeah, we really use it as a narrative marker through the game. So as you're progressing through your main storyline, it was important.
So
for
they will
us
be
to
locked
kind
to
of, like,
chapters.
Have those moments that kind of felt like when you're reading the books or watching the
Andrew,
movies
thank you for
where,
the super
you
chat.
see kind of like the title card, winter, and,
We do need to
now
fill.
the landscape has changed, and you're really feeling that passage of time while you're a student, going through your year at Hogwarts. And I think we wanted to duplicate that. And for me, it's really fun that it's not just on the outside, which I agree. I think it looked really beautiful. But within the school as well. So there are moments like when it reaches certain holidays or things like that, where Hogsmeade reacts to holidays and the school reacts to holidays, and you see the decorations around those environments change. That really helped just kind of make me feel like I'm there.
Right.
Yeah. And it's not just for the seasons, those kind of vibe things. Like we have a day-night cycle, and that day-night cycle, even though similarly, like it's largely about vibe, when you go into Hogsmeade in the evening, there's less characters there. Around the school, you'll notice it kind of dies down and quiets down just when there's just candlelight and students kind of like as you're walking through the halls. But in that day-night cycle is where we've kind of placed a few items where, whether or not you can collect them or whether or not you can interact with them that are a little bit restricted by the day-night cycle.
That's awesome. Okay.
And
So day and night cycle matters.
Up here,
Seasons are
really
going to be locked to
high up on
chapters
the
as you progress
hippogriff,
through the game.
And we're just
Which we
looking at
thought.
this view of Hogwarts in the distance. It's just absolutely beautiful. It's part of what I love most about flying around in this game, whether it's on a hippogriff or on the broom.
No, I mean, you talk about going anywhere and things that you can see in the distance, and that's one of my. I still can't get over like
The map is
I played
huge.
this so much, but I still can't get over the fact that I can see Hogwarts out there, and there's just something beautiful about knowing that all of the things inside of it, the classrooms, the students, the professors, all the places I can go, I can just fly my hippogriff, land in the courtyard, enter the front doors, and just walk, to the library, to class, or to greenhouse, or to my common room. That it's all contiguous and just kind of like one.
That's part of a
one
quest.
space is still
Or
exciting
no,
me after all this.
I
the
mean,
question
I'm
mark is
just-
them being alerted.
I'm speechless right now. It's just absolutely beautiful. It's just, oh my God.
As much as we want to spend a lot more time out here just flying around, experiencing the world, I think this is a great opportunity to switch over to combat. And last time we gave you kind of an
wanna see
intro to
more.
combat. This time we're
I
going
wanna
to
see
really
more.
go a lot more of a deep dive on using the Dark Arts Battle Arena, which is part of our deluxe edition. All right, Andrew's got us in the Forbidden Forest, which is where the Dark Arts Battle Arena is. Which is part of the Deluxe and Digital Deluxe Edition. I love the way that the Dark Arts Battle Arena is actually part of the world. It's integrated into the world, so
But you can
your
only get it
experience
if you
is more immersive than just choosing an option from
buy a more
from
expensive
the main menu of the
version.
game or something like that.
Reason to go to the Forbidden Forest.
Exactly. There are many reasons to go to the Forbidden Forest, but he's also wearing the Dark Arts cosmetic set, and here he's pulling out the Thestral, which is part of that Dark Arts pack from the Deluxe and Digital Deluxe edition. So we're going full Dark Arts here.
That's good. That's what I like going down.
But I like this this battle arena. It is a great place to show off really combat in a big way because it unlocks some interesting abilities for you and allows you to really.
I love
play
the
around
way the
with,
Thestral
in a deep way.
Griffin
And is
come
this
out.
like the only arena like this in the game where you can like practice? And
Yeah,
do-
so in the base game, we have 2 combat arenas normally.
Okay.
And so everyone has access to those. And each of the combat arenas are an opportunity to kind of just go through a difficult combat challenge, fight through multiple waves in order to earn a different cosmetic for your character and add that to your collection. In the case of that's no different than the Dark Arts Battle Arena. That's also true, the combat arena. But one of the things that we're excited about in the Dark Arts Battle Arena that people can do is you come in preloaded with different abilities. So the unforgivable curses are something that everyone's going to have access to through the base game and going to be able to earn, and they can make choices.
It's all
in order
blurred,
to kind of
rude.
add that to their repertoire, and they can also commit to that down with certain talents and things like that. When you play the Dark Arts Combat Arena, you actually have access to all those things as kind of like a way to test them all. And so it's a chance to kind of like tour and play with the Dark Arts and decide whether or not that is a path that you kind of want to go down. But yeah, everyone has the same ability to explore the Dark Arts. This is just kind of like a way of previewing.
And again, a great
this looks
place
pretty.
for us to show off combat in general. So I think we're gonna jump in
Really
here
love
and
that
just gonna
robe, too.
Just start battling, and we can start talking about everything you're seeing on the screen.
All right.
I like that they drop in things that you can use. Oh my god. Just
They just about the cadavers right away. Oh my god.
We're starting off strong.
Oh my god.
Starting off strong.
Was that Kujio? Oh my god. That's so cool.
Yeah, so that you'll notice right away, like when we use Avada Kedavra, that guy's health bar went from instant to 0, and we really are trying to honor the way Avada Kedavra works in the game, even in some pretty extreme situations.
so you have a cooldown, I'm assuming, for
You'll
that
notice
one.
that like the meter takes up a lot longer to
Yeah, a little
kind of
cooldown.
build up as a way to kind of deal with its extreme power.
And you
so
get
that it's still
combos.
fun to use, and then there's some ways that we'll probably talk about to
I gotta say, the
adjust
combat
that.
looks
But I don't
really
know, I don't know if there
freaking
are
good.
things on the screen that you just have questions about.
Well, I see like little blue things popping from
Yeah.
the enemies.
Oh, the little goblins. Oh
like
no.
That sign. Well, it's like so in the community we call
shoot,
it the
what was
ancient magic
that?
sign. I don't know if that's how it's called.
Yeah.
Come on, go back to
In
full
the game?
screen.
So
Don't
the
do me
community
like
is a
this.
street. So on the development
Look
side,
the
and
little
player
goblin
facing
spell that they're
game,
using.
We reference that as your ancient magic meter.
Oh, so it is ancient magic.
That is, yeah. So as your abilities in the game keep
Jesus.
growing and you become exposed to some of the secrets about your own kind of mystery and your own
Ooh, the little
abilities,
magic block right there.
you
That was
start
cool.
Unlocking new powers. So one of those powers, you'll see the R1 button appearing throughout the game. That's an ancient magic throw, we call it, that allows you to kind of like draw an object to you and fling it at an enemy.
Okay.
But whenever you see the R1 or the L1 plus R1 appear over somebody's head, that's an ability to cast a very devastating and powerful.
Different houses don't have
ancient
different
magic
spell pools. Everybody should have
to
the
do
same.
A ton of damage against the character.
I see.
And the way that manifests itself depends on the type of enemy that you're fighting. And you'll see a wide variety of enemies in here that are pressuring the player in different ways.
Just
You'll notice
freaking exploded the dude.
Abilities that kind of bubble up under the player as he's fighting that force him to move. And there's different ways that we want the player to kind of move around on the battlefield. And that's actually a good link to the ancient magic meter in general. And the reason why I say that is because as you're doing different things in combat, you're Protegoing and you're doing different abilities and you can kind of spec into it with your talents, there are different ways to get that meter to build faster and faster. So one of the most effective base ways to build up that meter fast, that way you can launch these devastating attacks whenever you want to, is to actually perform combos. So you see that combo appearing, and it's almost like your emotions are building up. And then basically
Oh, there's a new
that builds
goblin
up
one.
enough
That's like
that you can
like a
attack
rogue
someone.
one.
But as the combo meter builds up, at some point you strike someone and a piece of their magic kind of falls out of them. You'll see the blue orbs in the game world. And there's something that only
Jesus.
you can see in
I like the little
mirror
alerts that you
world.
get when you're about to get
And
attacked.
It's another reason to
As
move
it gives
around
you a
on the
good like
battlefield,
dodge
that you can go up and
thing.
collect those things. And
Expecto
and really
Patronum.
give
Kiefer, thank you for the 6
big
months.
jumps to that ancient magic meter as we're playing.
We're talking a lot about spells and magic here, but I
So
think
this
there's
combo's
another
about to fill up.
huge component of combat, and that is the tools that you
There's the
can
little
bring
blue
to
orbs.
combat as well to kind of
He's
change
gonna
the
pick
way
one
you
up.
play,
Yep.
and I think Mackenzie knows a
And then
lot
you can
about
use it
what's
to
going on with
basically
the
just
plant
murder
potion.
somebody.
And so the tools are really interesting because they're basically like a prior investment. So you can bring the potions and the plants that you grow in the Room of Requirement to combat to essentially kind of help you defeat enemies a lot quicker and more efficiently. So some of the tools that you'll see here are like the rock skin potion. So that is something that basically covers your skin in this like rocky material that reduces the incoming damage that you're receiving. So against big enemies, hard-hitting enemies like trolls, that's super helpful.
Oh my god, he's just destroying. The troll just collapsed from one of the.
Jesus, the freaking mountain troll, my
Obviously, we have
god.
the Wiggenweld potion as well, which increases your health. And then we have the focus potion. So when Alan talks about having to balance Avada Kedavra with a long cooldown, because obviously it's an instant kill, one thing that you could do
so cool.
is brew a focus
combat
potion,
looks
and that
really
will
good.
increase how quickly your cooldowns regain.
Right. Oh my god, there's just so much like versatility, like in what the character is doing to the troll right now. Like he's just bouncing around the arena.
Oh, and then,
He's, like,
yep,
nuts.
the Avada Kedavra
And
just
the troll
instantly
makes him
kills it.
move
That's
around
crazy.
too, like-
Kitty Kill, thank you for the 9
I
months.
love that our plants are violent.
Yes, and so that's like when we were talking about the setup of the arena, you also have plants that you can fight with. And so we have things like the venomous tentacula that you can put down, and it acts like a turret, and it just kind of shoots enemies around the battlefield.
That is so cool. This is like a truly like Hufflepuffian way to approach the battle. Yes.
No, that was super important to us, that there were these like multiple ways. And so you can see there's a ton of different things you can use. The Mandrake is one, so you can pull it out and it stuns with its like piercing cries enemies in a radius.
And another thing I want to call out that we're seeing on the side of the screen here is these dueling feats, which I love because I love anything that prompts me to play a game in a different way, a unique way. I don't want to get stuck in my style, you know? And so this is a way to, if you want to get stuck in your style, go for it. If you just want to blast people with spells, go for it. But we also want to have some things over here that may make you use
The little bonk.
or certain potions or block more or
Yeah, we mentioned the field guide challenges in the prior stream, and the field guide
Oh,
challenges.
Brad, I know, 2
this is
months.
the way that the
It's gonna
field
go by
guide
fast,
manifests,
though.
Like challenges for you to do in combat. And exactly to your point, we just wanted a way to encourage players to explore the different systems to help them decide.
The little
which kind of
effects that
practice
happen
system
over your
and
head so
explore
you
what they
know
want
that
to
you're
do.
about
Because
to be
there really are so many
attacked
different
and you
ways
can
that
dodge
can
appropriate is really
when
cool.
you see the green X's on characters,
right.
and that's kind of through your talents you can unlock this kind of cursing mechanic that sort of like links the fates of these different characters on the battlefield. That way, as you get as you're cursing different characters, they all begin sharing damage, and so we have things like Avada Kedavra, which is the insta-kill, but if you curse everyone before you insta-kill this one guy, they can all drop dead for that kind of ultimate Voldemort fantasy. And so,
Oh my god.
there are dark arts fantasies. There's fantasies about being more of a defense against the dark arts character, things like that. Misty
Turn him
step
into a
into,
freaking chicken.
Occasionally being used on the battlefield, and we can also spec into our potions and plants to make them more powerful and more efficacious. So it's all about
Chicken
which type
keeps
of
running
player
around.
you feel like you are, and whether or not you want to play with prep on the fly or with deliberation, and those are all different options.
That is so cool because like it's like I see so much like going on the stream, just so much complexity, and I want to just try it myself, like which style works best. I mean, I feel like it's the dark arts is going to be the easiest route, but that ancient magic, to be honest, feels like much more powerful than just the dark arts.
Yeah.
To be fair.
And speaking of plants and potions, we're going to be putting the dark arts away, put those unforgivable curses away, and heading to the Room of Requirement, which is your home within Hogwarts, a personalizable space that actually has some utility as well, where you get to brew things and grow things and also care for some beasts. All right, Andrew's got us in the Room of Requirement, we kind of went casual mode on the outfit here, wearing a nice jumper. And I think that's a good jumping off point for the personalization of the space as well. Not just your character and the visuals of your character, but actually this space is a place that you can make your own.
Yeah, it was super important to us that this space really did feel like your reflection as a wizard. So you can change the architecture in here.
What?
different themes throughout, starkly different themes, to really just hammer home that this is yours. You can
my
do-
That is so
What?
freaking cool.
This is beautiful. We never expected that to be. Oh my god.
That's the thing, is not only can you change the architecture here, but you can actually conjure little objects into this space, as you can see. So there's like statues that you can do, and ornaments, and tables, and rugs, and just a bunch of little things that really flesh out the space and bring it to life.
Oh my goodness, because like we had an idea that those places where you brew stuff, that's where you can change, but you can do all of this. Where do you even get this stuff? Like, there's a furniture store?
Yeah, so we call them conjurations. And the conjuration recipes can be purchased at Tomes and Scrolls in Hogsmeade. But also, as you engage in different types of gameplay throughout the world, you'll be rewarded with different
You can change
objects.
the color and everything.
You change
Jesus.
color?
You can change the color, you can change the size of it, and you can place it basically anywhere.
Oh my god.
You
it's
can
so
make it
tiny.
smaller.
It's like for Baby Niffler.
And I love how the system too is designed. It's not mechanical; it's immersive, and so you get the magical effect of conjuring it in, and you're actually doing this in the world as your character, but the way you've blended.
Oh my
like,
god,
that
all the stuff on the
gameplay
walls
with
too.
The immersive design of personalizing
Oh
the
my
space.
god, like, and
Okay,
I
so
love
not
the
those.
animation, how it like appears, you know, like it's not just like there, it's like it almost like it apparates.
It is really
What?
quite beautiful, and that was the thing, is we wanted that to look really nice because
This is
the
insane.
magic in the Wizarding
I'm
World
sorry.
is everywhere. It's physical, it's kinetic, and it's whimsical. And we really wanted to nail that whimsy in this space.
What else can you make tiny?
Another thing that I wanted to discuss is that not only can you like conjure things and you can change their look, but you can do that with the utility objects as well. So you can see that we have planting pots and potion stations, and you can change the look of those as well.
That is so
And
freaking
These are the
cool.
areas where, as we had mentioned previously, you'll be growing your plants, you'll be brewing your potions.
Right.
So while you're also doing these
Ignis, thank you
like
for the
kind
6
of
months.
nurturing-based activities, this is also the space where you would bring your gear to be identified and gear to have like rates put on it, which I believe Alan can talk to.
Oh.
Yeah, we keep bringing up appearance and how it looks, and on a, like in the game, you can look like anything you want to whenever you want to. But the player will be finding different types of gear, that we call it, as you progress through the game. And essentially, we just know that clothes and different items in the Wizarding World can have different magical properties. And as you explore and as you adventure,
A
as you
legendary
experience, you're gonna be
jumper.
finding different
Yes.
pieces of gear that have different abilities, and that can help you in your journey and are a major part of you kind of growing as a wizard and advancing as a wizard. And so,
There's a huge list.
Wow.
not all the time. Whenever you get a new piece of
25
gear, you
different
don't
traits.
necessarily know exactly what it does. And so there is a station inside of the Room of Requirement that you can conjure. It's one of the first things you conjure, called an identification station, where you can actually bring that gear that you're uncertain about and learn what its abilities are.
Right, yeah, that's so cool.
And then as the space advances even further, and the space will eventually grow its own rooms, and you're going to get new recipes, you know, like Mackenzie's talking about, all these different things keep expanding. And as it expands, eventually you're going to earn what we see here, which is called a loom. And when you set up a loom, it's an ability to essentially customize exactly which magical properties are on your gear, and take any piece of gear and adjust its properties and to tweak what it does. And I mentioned earlier that you can make anything look like anything. The collection of appearances, we call it, or cosmetics, we've been referring to it in this stream. Those types of things you can use, and you can apply a look to any other look. So if you get a piece of gear,
like
you
a
put it on, you
transmog
look
system.
like that, but you can change it to look like whatever you want.
What?
So cool. And like you can just put some ability to the sweater, but then you can just swap that ability.
Yep, and appearances you can edit whenever you want in the gear screen. The loom is specifically about applying traits and applying larger upgrades that just kind of grant you greater statistical
So really what the
advantage,
legendary
or
stuff
give
does is
really
allow you
specific
to put
abilities that
a higher level
blend in
trait
nicely
into
with
it.
where you're trying to go with your combat fantasy or talents and things like that.
Interesting. I'm just seeing that they're just like pumpkin fur, moonca fur. Where does that come from?
You get it from
and so you'll
murdering
notice
things,
that
dude.
The ingredients that are used to add traits and to upgrade your gear are based around beasts. So this is where we get into the beast care section, which is inside this vivarium.
Oh,
Kind of
the beasts.
bigger space
I wonder how much
on
you can
the
change in
inside
here.
Idea. And so you can see here we have a couple of beasts out. We have a graphorn
Look
and
at
a
this.
mooncalf and a niffler and a
Can you
neasel
milk it?
as well. So
Oh my
quite a
God.
variety.
oh my God, he's just like a big puppy.
They're
I
so
love their
cute.
cuddling.
So it's
Oh my God,
hungry and
that's
wants a
together.
cuddle.
Oh, that's so
Do they
cute.
breed?
They're adorable. And so part of beast care is petting them as well, but feeding them too. And so once you do those things, that's when they feel safe enough that they'll give
Look
you
at that
their
thing's
magical
eyes.
ingredients. So mooncalf fur, niffler fur,
It's a
etc.,
little baby
that can then
mooncalf.
be used in your gear.
That
Or
is
I don't
like
even
so
know.
like intuitive because like you know that makes sense because when you touch the animals you get some fur leftovers. That's so. Oh my God.
Yeah, and we really want to hammer home the fact that this is like a home that you're making for them. So
I'm really glad we're
in
not
the
having to murder
overland,
the
you can
animals
find
for
these
it.
beast dens and rescue these beasts. Part of doing so is brushing them.
You just gotta pet
and
them to
feeding
get
them
the
food
items.
as well, and to build that relationship with your beast. In
I imagine
addition
there'll
to
be
able
like
to care
certain
for
types
beasts,
of
you can
items that
actually,
we'll get from
conjure
killing things in the
this
wild, like
space as
wolves
well.
and
The house, the
giants
cottage.
and things like that.
Right. And so we have like a lot of little
Maybe.
ornaments in this area, and a lot of them are purely cosmetic, but they look really cool. Again, it's the personalization
So freaking cool.
of this space.
Oh my goodness. No, this is like I'm gonna spend 8 hours just designing this whole area to personalize. This is like cool. It's like you have this little play area, like a personalized fish tank, so to say. Just for the creatures. I love it.
The Niffler's gonna
no,
steal all your
totally.
coins.
And
So
there's
true.
like a decoration aspect, but there's also, we were saying inside as well, is there's a utility aspect to it too. So as you progress in the game and you're able to
Breeding
purchase
pen.
more conjurations, you're able to speed up your process. So one of them, for example, is the food processor, which allows for the beasts in the space to automatically get feed, so you don't have
They
to do
have
it
done
manually.
such an amazing
And so
job with
you're
this.
really
I literally, it's
building the progression for yourself here.
like hats
In
off to
addition,
the
there's also
developers.
a
Good
toy box
lord.
where you can play with your beasts. And you'll see here, yeah. So you can, there's a bunch of toys in it, and each beast has their own favorite toy. So as you can imagine, the mooncalf really likes the moon ball, or the neasel, as like a little cat, really likes to chase the yarn ball as well.
Right.
And they're super cute.
Oh my God.
You can tell
watching
that so
them,
much
so
love went
cute.
into this game.
The
So
thing that
much.
we really wanted to hammer home is that
Like, this
the world
is
is
not
a
just like a
dangerous
money
place.
grab. They
And so by
spent
going and
so much time
rescuing
putting
these
so
beasts
much
and
love and
bringing
care
them
into
back
this.
here, and caring for them, you're really helping them out. There's poachers in the overland who hunt these beasts for their material. So instead, you're caring for them. You're giving them a home.
Right. Oh my God, this Raphorn is just gigantic. But he looks like my dog. We can't say my dog's right now for sure.
You could actually name them as well. So like your dog.
So
That's
getting
cool.
back into that personalization, you know, yeah, we didn't want you to just like throw in, oh, here's a graphorn in here. Like, this can be named whatever Andrew's about to name them.
Good old Bruce.
It's a good name.
You know, we've created this really nice space, and you can get additional vivariums, correct, to different kind of aesthetics and looks to where you're keeping your beasts and caring for them.
Progression is a big part of this space as well. So as you progress through the story, you will unlock more vivariums. So as you can see, this one's quite meadow themed, big, open, bright. But there's other ones, say like a swamp that you might encounter. And it's really a visual effect to and more space for your beast.
Oh, so it's like those, so when we're inside the room requirement, there's like on the left, there's that moon glow from one entrance and then some shrubbery going on in the right. Is that what you're talking about?
Yep, that's exactly it.
Ah, oh, you put trees in here too. Oh my goodness.
And another thing with the beast care that I think is great, you know, tying back to the same kind of thing that you did with like the broom, where the broom is not just a method of travel, it's actually built in and integrated into the world. In the same way, like beast care isn't just this added element. You're not just throwing it on top. There's really this like narrative and integration to.
Yeah, everything
We
connects.
get moonstones.
So, progress through the missions, you'll expand the space. As you earn resources, you'll go into Hogsmeade and use them to unlock the gameplay here and unlock new conjurations and different things to play around with. In the open world, it's in those different environments, like the different combat and conflicts and bandit camps and different things like that that exist in the overland. Those things are what hold recipes that exist in the loom. So all these things have a way of connecting. Moonstone that you find out in the world is the resource that we use to conjure everything. That's found throughout the world. Forgeables are used for recipes. So really everything's like a cycle and keeps you coming back.
But even with the story that's being told too, I think people know who Poppy is. And
he's even got an effect after you place it. Like, come on, like so much little details like that truly make things feel more immersive.
Into the world, and this is just kind of the tip of the iceberg, even of kind of like your interactions with Beast in that narrative. So you bringing up Poppy, there are more kind of mysteries to discover and things to discover out in the world that have to do with her and that have to do with caring for Beast. And so different characters have their own stuff that just kind of make this all just kind of like the beginning of your journey.
Well, we could spend hours in here, but we're gonna have to end the stream now. What do you think about what you've seen today?
I mean, I'm just so blown away by how beautiful it looks. The open world seems so detailed, and there's so many things to do. And like the combat, we're gonna spend like 2 weeks or more just breaking it down by pieces. There's just so much to this world. Like, I'm so happy you guys did this overall gameplay.
And that's just the tip of the iceberg. We've got more for you to discover and find on your own. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching. Hogwarts Legacy is available for pre-order now. It releases February 10th with 72-hour early access for owners of the Collector's, Deluxe, and Digital Deluxe Edition. We're gonna wrap things up, but first we've got a little surprise for you. Bye.
Another surprise. Let's freaking go. Is this how we're like learning a spell? Okay. Okay. Interesting. Ooh, that was a tease, not a surprise.
Fried mozzarella.
That was a tease. For sure. That was so freaking good. Every single time I see more from this game, I get more and more impressed. Like, I genuinely, like, I was a little iffy on the combat, like, first seeing it, but, like, getting this in depth, I think the combat looks really cool, and it definitely has that versatility to really do a lot of different things, which I like, especially with the combos and different spells that you can use. Yeah, definitely wasn't Tom Riddle's diary. He wasn't born yet. The customization, though, and the details are just, like, that's what you want in a game. The one thing that I do have to say that I'm not sure whether I'm going to like or not is that everything in the world that you can explore is already kind of notated on your map. We don't know if it's everything, but they really alluded to, like, things that you need to go see in the world are going to be marked for you to go explore, and you'll know what to get from those. That's very much like a Ubisoft style of like, kind of like map exploration, and I don't like that. That's why I loved Red Dead Redemption 2. It's why I loved Elden Ring, and like a lot of these other games where you really get rewarded for exploring because you're going to find them on your own. I feel like that triggers like a certain happiness within you for exploration rather than going to a point where you already know what you're going to get in that area. I really wished we would go away from that type of thing, but anyways, we'll really see how it is. I really want to say thank you to everybody for hanging out for this live stream. Cannot wait to play. February seems far away, but really we got 2 months and we're good. Less than 2 months, technically. This and Baldur's Gate 3 in the same year. I mean, just next year is going to be insane. There's so many games coming out next year. It's going to be a pretty freaking great year for games. Cat, sir. But thank you all so much for hanging out, you wonderful, wonderful humans. And I'll see you all in the next one.